Friends, I'm Brian, and this is Gizmo Board Games. T- Today, I'm going to continue on with the thing I started last month, and that is looking at the Board Game Geek Top 100 games as they are of time of recording. So last time I looked at 100 to 81, so today we're going to pick up at 80 to 61. And as I mentioned last week, some of these might end up being repeats at some point, because of just the nature of how I do this and the nature of the list being a living list. It could change in between my recording sessions, but it shouldn't be too much change. I think most of these are pretty static, maybe move up and down one, but we'll see if we run into any repeats as we take a look at this list right now. All right, here we are, starting with number 80, Maracaibo. And this is a game I've been intrigued by because it's an Alexander Pfister game, and I've enjoyed those games of his that I have played already. And this is kind of a pirate sailing around the Caribbean game, going to different islands and collecting goods and stuff. I believe I haven't looked into it a whole lot, but I do know I'm very interested in checking out Maracaibo at some point. 79, Star Wars Imperial Assault, is a game I don't know a whole lot about, which is strange because I do like Star Wars and I've played a good handful of other Star Wars games. But this one never really specifically jumped out at me as something I need to check out. So I just haven't yet, but I would definitely be interested in giving any Star Wars games a try. I grew up with Star Wars basically since birth. The first movie coming out in 1978 and me coming out in 1979. So it's been in my life my whole life. And so definitely looking to check this one out. I just haven't yet. Number 78, you're going to hear more about here in a couple weeks because I just played this one for the first time this past month. So it will be on my kind of in review of what I played when I get to the next month. So we'll be hearing more about The Gallerist, but I did really enjoy The Gallerist. It's not that heavy of a sort of game as a lot of the other ones, which made it a lot easier to play. A little worker placement game going around and basically buying art or buying artists to produce art and then selling that art after you've bumped up that artist's reputation. So you can sell it for more than you paid initially. And that's kind of the gist of the game is buying art cheap and then selling it high because you've been, boosting the artist. There's a few other things going on in that one as well. Number 77 is La Havre. I have not played this one. It's an Uwe game that I've heard kind of mixed reviews about, actually. A lot of people who absolutely love it and others who think it's good, which obviously is good enough to get it at 77 on the all time greatest games list for sure. But some people really praise it, while others say it's a decent Uwe Rosenberg game. Uwe Rosenberg as a designer is not really my favorite, at least those of his games I've played. They haven't fully resonated with me, but I'm always interested in trying to play some more. At 76, we've got Paladins of the West Kingdom. This is a game that I just played for the first time this past year online on Tabletop Simulator with a pal teaching me the game. And it's a game where you're going around and basically use your Paladin cards and other cards to and actions to free up different types of workers. And as you free up those different type of workers, they're actually going to help you free up another of the. There's basically three colors, but they're all interconnected. Whereas like the blue color will help you do black things, and the black one will help you do red things. The red things will help you do blue. Like that. So you're really balancing the how you're taking the certain actions and what you're going to free up to set yourself up for further actions. I do like Garfield games. I'm not sure Paladins is in my top five of their games, but I need to give it a few more plays, I think, outside the one play. I did enjoy it, so I'm looking forward to giving it some more tries. Number 75 is Clans of Caledonia, and this is a game that I've enjoyed ever since the first time I played it. I got it right when it Kickstarter released the first time, and I'm looking forward to literally any day now. The shipping has begun, as far as I'm aware, on the expansion and a couple new games by the same designer at Karma Games, Yuma. Why can't I come up with his name right now? But I'm really eagerly anticipating the addition of the solo mode in this game, as well as the new expansion board. Clans of Caledonia, I really enjoy it. It's been in my top 50 every year. It sank, I think, in the last couple times just because I don't get it to the table as much. But as soon as I can get to the table by myself, I'm sure it'll climb right back up again. Number 74 is a game called Quacks now. I know it as Quacks of Quedlinburg. I have it right there over my head. I haven't played this one in a while either, but it's an interesting little bag engine building push your luck game in that you're buying certain of these ingredients and they each have their own things that are going to happen when you pull them out of the bag. They're going to increase your thing along the track, um, unless you pull the bad ones out too many times, and then you end your turn and you get less actions during the buy phase. And you're just balancing the getting as far as you can so you can purchase better chips to add to the bag and score more points at the end of the round without blowing up, as it is called in the game. In which case, you're only going to be able to buy or get the points. You're not going to be able to do both. So Quacks, good game. I am not a fan of this updated art and name. It was fine, Quacks Quedlinburg, whatever. But it's a good game, fun game. I pull it out from time to time. It's just been a while. At 73 is Ticket to Ride Legacy, yada yada yada. I love Ticket to Ride. It's a great introductory game. It's easy to play with anybody. I think my daughter's playing at 6. Not winning, but playing. Able to play it for the most part. It's that level of ease to pick up and just a little bit of complexity to make the game gamer welcome as well. I don't know anything about the legacy version. I'm not really interested in Ticket to Ride as a legacy game. I'm not sure it warrants it. It's fine on its own. I'm not real sure what it adds. I'd definitely be down to try it, but it's not something I'm going out of my way to get and try to introduce to my group of players. So Ticket to Ride Legacy, Legends of the West. I'm sure it's fine. Um, would definitely have to play it. I love Ticket to Ride as it is, and I'm sure we'll see that one later on the list at some point. Number 72 is Power Grid. Power Grid is one of the first heavy games I ever played, and it's by Friedrich Fries, who usually has F names. I think Power Grid is F in German, but it didn't translate with the F over in English. But this is an economy game where you're basically trying to get as much money as you can, and then you're bidding on or buying the different power sources, so that way you can power the grid and you're moving around the map, powering different cities as you go. And it really is a point salad and money management type of game where every penny counts and every point counts at the end of the game. A lot of fun. I haven't played that one in years, though. I think 2014-ish was the last time I played this one. So I can't speak on a lot of it right now, but I do know I really enjoyed it when I played it. It helped to get me in like hobby for the heavier leaning games. Zolkien, the Mayan Calendar is a game I know I started. Again, back in 2014-ish, one of my buddies owned it. I don't know if we ever got through the full game. I don't remember much about it. The neat thing about this game is the little turny action selection worker placement too. You're basically putting your worker out, and you're going to let them like ride the dials as long as they can, or until they get to the spot you want. And I know it's a balance of when you're pulling them off and when you're putting them on and where you're putting them, and managing all that to do normal worker placement things around the town. I definitely want to make sure I play this one for real. Like I said, I know I started it. I'm not 100% sure we completed the game because I don't remember completing the game, but it was so long ago. I just don't remember much about that one at all. Mansions of Madness. I've not played this one. I think I mentioned this before. I'm not really, the theme is not a theme I enjoy. I know lots of people like the theme. It's everywhere, the Cthulhu theme, H.P. Lovecraft stuff. Um, I think this is the story driven one where you use the app. Maybe I'm wrong. Correct me in the comments. I'd play it, but I'm not eager. So something to check out if somebody owns it and wants to play it, but not something I'm seeking out on my own. At 69, we got Harmonies. This game just recently won the Game of the Year, I think, or at least was a runner up. I don't know much about this one either. I think it's kind of Cascadia style, but maybe a little more complex. I'm not going to try to guess, really. I don't know. I know it won a game of the year. I definitely want to check it out. It's supposed to be really good. I just don't know much about it. 68, Pandemic Legacy Season 2. I believe this is my favorite of the three. If I were to think back real hard, I like one a lot. I like two a lot. I like zero ish. Um, but I've played through this one twice. A lot of fun. I really do enjoy Pandemic. Helped get me in the hobby. The Legacy games helped grow me in the hobby. Like I said, I played through it twice. I'd play through it again. I really like these stories. They're a lot of fun, and it's a unique way to play Pandemic. And we'll probably see some other ones later in the list. I'm not sure. 67, Obsession. This is a game I played once on Board Game Arena. I'm eager to play it again. I just haven't done it. Like, I know I could at any time pull it up and roll it out with a couple of my online friends. No problem. I'd have to relearn it. I think at this point it was over a year ago now, the last time I played it. But it's a fun little game where you're building up your tableau, your state basically of various locations that you can send party guests to. And you need to use your workers to be able to put on the parties at the locations. And you're trying to score points and the money from your guests being interested in what you've got to show them. And you're playing through a number of rounds, and then whoever basically impressed the highlight high life people. Why can't I come up with a good term for this? The aristocrats, I guess. The best will win at the end of the game. Good game. I need to play it again. 66 Grand Austria Hotel is on. It might be my most highly want to play game based on what I've heard about it. Maybe not. I'd have to think, but definitely it's been something I've highly anticipated trying to get my hands on for a while. I've only heard great things about this one, so I'm excited to give it a try. Don't know much outside of that. At 65, we got Sleeping Gods, Ryan Lockett. I think this might be the highest of Ryan Lockett's games on here. I'm not a fan. It's not my style of game. I'm sure they're good games. I've got, which one do I have? Near and Far? Near and Far, I've played a couple times through like the little campaign solo story thing. And it's fine. I'm just not a story gamer and an exploration gamer. And that's basically what Sleeping Gods is. You're going around on a boat exploring things and then following the story that comes with that exploration. And all of them have a little bit of Euro in it just to give it something more than exploration. But yeah, Sleeping Gods doesn't really interest me, and that's no fault of the game. That's just me knowing I won't like that style of game. So I'm just staying away. That's all. At 64, we've got Lisboa. I recently acquired this one secondhand. I haven't played it yet. It's another Lacerda game. I hear this one's relatively easy. A lot of people's favorites. Might be the highest one that shows up on this top 100 at 64. Definitely here to try it. I don't haven't dug into it yet. Don't know much about it. I know I own it, so I will be trying it at some point here in the very near future. So looking forward to that. Can't speak much more on that one. Right, Catacombs at 63. I am super excited to try to get this one or get my hands on it at least. I really like Clank, a little deck building, push your luck adventure through the dungeon game. One of my favorite games. I don't know if it's going to be higher or it's probably lower on the list. Maybe I talked about it last time. I don't remember. But I really, really enjoy Clank. The thing about Catacombs is you don't have a set board. You're building the board as you go, which will only add that much more variety and replayability to the game because it's going to be a different game every time you play it, but otherwise it's going to be kind of the same Clank game. Push your luck, rolling through the dungeon and trying to escape with as much treasure and goods as you can. Really like Clank. Really want to play this one. At 62, Oathsworn into the Deep. Is that? I don't even know if that's an expansion. Oathsworn. I haven't played it. I'm again not interested. It's another one of these kind of story boss battler, dungeon crawly adventure games, big minis, expensive. Not my kind of game, and I know it, so I'm okay to like. I'll play it if somebody's got it where I'm at to play it, but I'm not going out of my way seeking it out. Agricola, I know I talked about this one last. Right? I talked about this one last time. with the second edition. I think I went on a whole ramble about stop putting the same game on the list over and over again. Just combine them into somehow. I don't know. I'm not the programmer of this channel. I'm or the website. I hate that the same game is on the list multiple times. Agricola, I need to play it again. It didn't really sing to me the first time. It was more frustrating than not. I think this is a game I need to play with others, not solo, but I only feel like that would add to the frustration as even more people get in my way of what I need to do. So I don't know. A lot of things about Agricola kind of were more frustrating than fun, but I can see its appeal. And that's the 20 games for September. So we'll be back looking at 60 to 41 next month, and look forward to seeing then. Comment below your thoughts on my thoughts of these games. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe if you really like it and want to come back. I would appreciate it if you did. Anything to help the algorithm. I will see you on the next one.